But believe me, you'll be able to sit. You'll be able. And then Matthew will maybe be here in a few minutes. We're working on that. Please, everyone, have a seat.
I don't know that guy, but apparently you guys like him. I don't have a wireless map, but I found a lot of extra cables. So.
Lots of extra time on that too.
Who we got? Can you meet me halfway, bro? Let me see if I can get. Oops, sorry, Adam.
Oh, we're doing it. He is from Paris. He got all the way here from Paris.
He did. He did. We actually, I've been stuck. Hi.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of pressure. I mean, you have to understand, this is not a moment where anyone thought 30 years later we'd be celebrating the film, right? It's a horror movie, and that just doesn't happen. This is a once-in-a-lifetime sort of experience. That this franchise has been incredibly blessed by the talents of Wes Craven, who took it for a long stretch and made it as iconic as it is. But in the moment, you don't realize you're in anything else other than another piece of work. And to be fair, no actor sets out to make an iconic film, right? You are hopefully a part of something that people see, and we're just very blessed that people still care. That's the truth, for me.
Yeah. I sort of feel like the pressure.
She said no. So rude.
No, she deserves to die.
How dare she?
There was a time in, and some of you probably know this, but there was, when they were doing Scream 3, they had written a version of the film where Stu comes back and was running high school killers from prison. And then unfortunately the tragedy of Columbine High School happened, and they rightly so changed the entire script. But in the zeitgeist, it has been available before, and the last two movies, they are full of Easter eggs. So look, the reality is that I would love to come back and it would make sense for this franchise. If they found a great way to do it, I think it'd be super fun. But the franchise does not need Stu, that's for sure. Not need Stu. I assure you, it's going to do just fine without.
Am I going to find out?
I think it's made like $1 billion. I think it's fine.
Matt, she's coming just for the hug competition, so get your hug ready.
Security.
Bloody.
That looks like. Oh boy. Oh, she got a 2 for 1.
He wins.
What about Rose and I? Are we talking?
All right, well, he wooed you. That you guys got married in that moment. All right, let me see. Okay, here we go.
Knowing what you know now.
How about Dewey?
Dewey.
Great things about this whole experience for us is that we get to spend a lot of time together, and this is like a family. So we travel to these cons. These cons have changed our lives, right? So you have to understand that there's all this time in between work that we don't get paid, right? And so much of our life is waiting for somebody else to give us the permission to do what we do best. And it's a brutal life. It's brutal. So you have to understand that these cons are life-changing for the people at these conventions, us included. So we are so grateful for you guys showing up at our tables, waiting in lines, and then giving us your hard-earned money. We hope that the transaction's a two-way transaction, that you feel our appreciation as deeply as we appreciate these moments. But the reality is that this has been a joy. This has been like a gift to us, is that we're together like all the time. Yeah.
I was dreaming. Two more? Is it real?
That is not the last question. It was, yeah. He threw the phone at me, and he's a dick.
Got one? You got one to close it out with?
So, if you could pick any movie, like, if you didn't start Scream kind of thing, if any horror movie all the way back to, like, Nosferatu, which one would you want to, like, star in?
Let's do that. You'll start here, move down, so we get everybody, please.
So I recently worked with a guy by the name of Mike Flanagan. We did a movie called Life of Chuck, which is not a horror film based on a Stephen King movie, a short story. If I had to choose anything, I would work with Mike Flanagan for the rest of my life. I might go
Avery,
with...
can we ask Avery?
To shamelessly promote something real quick. So we're doing a whiskey tasting tonight. If anyone's interested, I have a company called Five Familiar Spirits. We're actually launching this week a horror-themed tequila. Our whole proposition is we find fan bases to create high-end spirit experiences for, and then we add value to that community. So in this tequila called Macabre Spirits comes an 80-page Mike Flanagan short story that's incredible. So we're doing a tasting tonight at Quest End. You can find it on the website. It's like we're tasting Rogue and we're tasting Warlock. And it's going to be an hour and a half conversation. It's a really intimate experience. So it's not cheap, but if you're interested, it's happening in Lexington tonight. So if you're interested, check it out. All right? Yeah. Sorry, it is my answer to not waiting for Hollywood is creating the Spirits Company. So that's why we're here. Thank you so much.